Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Firstly, it is super cold here down in Australia. Like really, really cold. I don't know, it came out of nowhere. Well, not really out of nowhere. Winter's coming very soon. You guys going into your summer. It is now the first day of OTAs. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. But I want to talk about the playbook that everyone's talking about, and the Steelers players are saying it's unreal. My first thought is, and dead set, anything is better than Matt Canada. Dead set. I don't care. If Arthur Smith gets the offense to 27th, 26th, 25th, 24th, best offense or worst offense in the league, anything, and I mean anything, is better than Matt Canada. Like, that's where I want to come from, that point of view. I didn't see his offense with the Titans. I'm not going to go back and watch a bit of tape. I am excited to see what can happen with the new offensive line, getting bigger, stronger throughout the draft. Frazier, Fuatuanu. Is that how you pronounce his name? Fuatuanu? Troy Fuatuanu. How he's there. I'm keen to see these blokes get bigger and better, stronger through OTAs. And that's what they're meant to do. So it has to be better than Matt Canada. But I did see this report from, where was it from? And that, by the way, this bloke here. Sorry I keep bringing his name up, but that's the bloke there. By the way, I hope everyone's doing really well out there in the Steeler Nation. But I saw this. Where was it? OTA one here. So, the OTAs consists of 3 phases over the next 4 weeks. Teams may conduct a total of 10 days of organized team activity. I know there's one big thing lurking around with Cameron Heyward. I'm not against it, to be honest. I actually think that the fans who are calling him out, saying he's not a real Steeler, chirping him, going after him, you need to look at the bigger picture. The Steelers, in my opinion, aren't going to get rid of Cam. They're going to try and end on a good, probably 2-year contract, maybe a 3-year contract, and hopefully make Cameron Heyward a Pittsburgh Steeler for life. He does so many good things on the field with leadership, being the captain, setting the example, getting the locker room ready, and also so many good things off the field too. So he came on his podcast and was saying, well, it's a business and I'm not going to attend the OTAs. That doesn't really bother me that too much, but it will bother some fans out there. So they're going to go and do, of course, OTAs are no live contact permitted, 7-on-7 duels, 9-on-7s, 11-on-7, 11-on-11, stuff like that. So I saw this one, though, and it's the same as my thumbnail. Steelers offense is unreal. Now, this was by Mark Caboli. I think it is from, here it is here. Yeah, Mark Caboli. So he's got source over there being a Pittsburgh Steelers reporter. And like I said, anything that is like promise and the Steelers are checking in, the players are liking how the playbook looks. Anything different from Matt Canada is awesome to see. So from Mark Caboli, he says this: what I hear coming out of Steelers or the players absolutely love Arthur Smith offense. One told me that it's unreal. It's going to be interesting to put eyes on it. First days of OTAs, which was today, or it's coming out today, start on Tuesday. The Steelers will be on the field for practices for the next 4 weeks. So it does feel like, to be honest, we keep saying, the free agent period was getting all the players, and Wilson and Fields, like that's the next step. Then you had the draft and getting more players coming to the Steelers. Now it's like we're chipping away at it, So we have now going into May, into June, getting really cold into winter, into your summer. Also, too, let me know in the comments below if you guys are going. You know that I'm going to Pittsburgh. I can't go this year to training camp. I would hopefully, if I can, there's more reports now that over the next few weeks, they're going to announce the 2025 or 2026 NFL draft. If that is in Pittsburgh, 25 or 26, I would definitely be there. 26 would probably be easier for me to go to save up time and get there and have a big show. But I'll definitely be there for the draft if it does happen. So there's reports that that's happening there. But let me know in the comments below, guys. Are you going towards the OTAs? And like Caboli said, the offense now looks heaps different, or players love the offense, and one-player tournaments, unreal. But my thing is it has to be better than Matt Canada. If you look back even to how the team ended last year with Mason Rudolph, and there was a pick in the end zone, there was a fumble by Pickens, there was the Matt Canada offense that was run by Eddie Faulkner at one stage, running backs coach. He's now gone. Kenny Pickett was in the building. It's all changed. Everything's changed. Have Justin Fields, who's going to be quarterback number 2. That's going to be intriguing to watch. And, too, even seeing passes from Russell Wilson over the next few days will get everyone kind of excited. Seeing the fellas on the O-line, seeing Najee losing a bit of weight, maybe getting a bit more muscle, seeing Warren back there playing football again. So it should be pretty exciting. I think this offseason, in last offseason, we all got really hyped. I know I did. Like, dead set. Man, my hype was so high that I crashed so far. Because of that 49ers game, like my camera's freaking out. That 49ers game, I was so hyped for Kenny Pickett to have a chance in our offense and defense and all these kind of things that the overall result of the 49er game, I crashed so far. So hopefully that doesn't happen this year, but we know we've got a hard schedule. I know people have been complaining about the schedule too, but what do? You can't change it now. We've got to verse 4 opponents in a row. You've got to verse the Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, and you've got to finish with Bengals. So it's you can't change the fact that it's happened. All we can really do is try and support the best we can. And you know what? Sometimes too, it's kind of good having a hard schedule, because this season I know that people are going to go after Mike Tomlin and they're going to say, "Oh, he's only just got not another losing season. Oh yeah, well we'll go 9-8 again." Pretty tough, man. We have the hardest schedule in the NFL. I think ranked number 1, and how the games are laid out, it's pretty tough. So people won't give Tomlin any credit for going through the hardest schedule, or if they have a chance to win the division. But I definitely will. I definitely will give him credit if he does win the division and we do a really good job. But only time will tell on those things. Like, we're already on what? OTAs. Here it is here too. So this was the OTAs. They start tomorrow, 21st. What's that? About 10 sessions all the way to June 6th. So hopefully over this period, man, over the last, next 2 weeks or so, we'll get some information. Maybe we'll find out who's playing where. We'll get some information on Cole Holcomb's injury. I've heard some things that the Steelers could possibly cut him because his injury is not going up to scratch. And you got to feel for the player too. I always in this sense as well. A player gets injured or cut or whatever, and you never hear him. You never hear him again. It's like Derek Watt. Who's heard about Derek Watt since he's been cut? Who's heard about Benny Snell? Or who was one of the other blokes? Not James Pierre. There was one of the other blokes, the middle linebacker, Marcus Allen, right? Once they're cut, they're gone. You never really hear about them in the NFL, nor do you hear about them on your team. So the NFL is not for long, over 3 or 4 years. And once they get an injury and they cut it off the screen, it's Steelers fans don't really keep up too much with the player or their life and stuff like that. So I wish Holcomb the best, man. And I really do. I wish him the best. Hope he can come back and play football. But if he's not ready to play because the injury is too bad, then the Steelers as an organization have to really pinpoint, and they did in the draft, go and figure out how to, fix that spot or fix that problem, that hole there. You've now got Queen, who will be starting, I'd say. Elena Roberts, he had a great interview the other day on one of the podcasts I watched. Can't remember which one it was. Might have been Steelers Now. It was a good podcast, and he was talking good football. So he might be starting. Maybe, is it Peyton Willis? He might be in the back end on the rotation. There's that bloke from, who's the Raven bloke? Moon, does he get involved too? So, yeah, you kind of forget sometimes about the injury and the people like Holcomb that went through a lot. And I think he tore his ACL, he snapped his leg or something. And he's gone through the whole process to try and get back to play football. Those are the mini stories, I think, in the NFL that we really forget about. And we start to argue about, we should go and beat the Patriots because they're an easy team. There's so much more depth and layers to this team or teams in the NFL around that. You know what? I think the camera gave me a timeout. So I'll move on subjects. Anyways, OTA starts today. I'm pretty keen for it. I've been really busy doing a lot of work, so we'll do some live later on. I think another thing to watch too will be Troy Fawa Futuanu Fortuanu coming in there. Troy for how do I pronounce it? Fortanano to be in there as well. So will he play left tackle? Will he play right tackle? So Troy will be in there. And yeah, that's one storyline we're going to watch. Corey Trice coming back to the cornerback. Beanie Bishop in there, cornerback slot. I think a lot of roles like that are going to be really fun to watch. And also the other Raven too, Elliott as a safety. Just stuff like that, man. Football's back, and we can try and read all the articles and have a good go of and a good sense to see what happens. It's football in shorts, so it doesn't mean too much, but every step gets us closer and closer to the actual season. But yeah, going back to this too before I finish, and I know it's been a long episode, and you're probably thinking, what's he been talking about? But let's hope so. Steelers offense is unreal. And like I said, it has to be better. Anything, oh my jeez. Come on now. This is just, you know what? I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to edit. This is my camera's fault. Here we go, mate. Yeah, it has to be better. It has to be better than the Matt Canada days, where that was probably one mistake the Steelers made in the organization, that they gave Matt Canada 3 years. Gave him way too long of a chance, way too long of a rope, and it was actually really hard to watch Steelers football. So hopefully now you can use Pickens as number one. They go and find another number two steps up, or maybe there's still a move to be made. I don't know. Rely on the running backs, use the big offensive line, use the tight ends, and Wilson and Fields. Like, I don't think there will be competition, but maybe if Wilson, to be pessimistic, and I'm normally positive, if he doesn't work out, maybe you're going to Fields, and you see what happens with him. And with Fields, maybe offer him a contract next year, like an extension. I don't know. It's going to be an exciting time to find out who's going to be our quarterback over the next 2 or 3 years. But all we know now from Omar and what they've been doing is getting Russell Wilson on a 1-year deal, Fields on a 1-year deal, and we've got to wait and see. So I am hyped, but I'm also very nervous to see what happens with Wilson, because I want to get behind him. I want to back him. I want to go and watch, Super Bowl. What was he in? That Seahawks one where they won. What did he win? Super Bowl 40. I can't remember what he won. It was the Legion of Boom. Well, he won one when he was younger. You guys can in the comments let me know. 48? No, it wasn't 48. Something like that. He's won a Super Bowl. He's done things. But I'm still a bit nervous to see what happens in this offense. Can Russ turn it around and play as a veteran quarterback? Is he fast enough? Does he have enough throw power? Can he find his receivers? You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little bit nervous about Russell Wilson, but hopefully I don't get too hyped up and then crash again like week one. But week one is the Arthur Smith revenge game offense in Atlanta. Steelers versus Russell Wilson versus Kirk Cousins. So kind of cool, man. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching over 13 minutes of the Steelers Nation Australia. And as Mark Caboli says, what he hears the Steelers players is absolutely loving Arthur Smith. And one told me that one is unreal. So much better than this bloke. Not the koala. Not that. This bloke. So much better. Anything has to be better than Matt Canada. And I mean absolutely anything.